Eggs. They're a breakfast staple, the perfect little powerhouses that pack a punch of protein, vitamins, and healthy fats. But here's the truth. You might be sabotaging all their potential without even knowing it. So if you've been eating eggs your whole life and haven't felt quite the benefits you should, stick around. I'm about to show you the 7 common mistakes even health-conscious seniors make when preparing their eggs, and how to fix them so you can get the most out of every bite. Let's dive in. 1. Frying eggs like they're in a race. It's early, you've got places to be, and you're starving. You crack those eggs, toss them into a hot pan, and watch as they sizzle and cook quickly. You think you're saving time, but here's the catch. High heat doesn't just make your eggs crispy. It destroys the delicate nutrients that make them so powerful. That beautiful protein, it's breaking down right in front of you. Those antioxidants, the ones that help protect your cells, they're evaporating into the air. I think of my friend Ruth when I talk about this. She used to throw her eggs into a hot pan every morning, barely letting them cook through before she was off to start her day. She was eating eggs for the health benefits, but after a routine checkup, her doctor told her that her cholesterol levels were higher than expected. What was the culprit? The high heat she used to fry her eggs was doing more harm than good. When Ruth made the switch to cooking her eggs on lower heat, everything changed. A few weeks later, she felt more energetic, and her cholesterol started to balance out. She was getting all the nutrients she needed from those eggs, instead of just a quick, crispy meal that didn't deliver. So, what's the magic trick? Simple. Cook your eggs on gentle heat. Low and slow, my friend. Whether you like them scrambled, fried, or even poached, it's crucial to keep the temperature moderate. You don't need to rush through breakfast, especially when you're giving your body the gift of eggs. Let them cook at their own pace. By keeping the heat on medium-low, you allow the proteins and the good fats to stay intact, making every bite count. Think of your eggs like a delicate work of art. If you handle them gently, they'll reward you with all the nutrients your body needs. Don't hurry through the process. Cook them at a steady pace and watch how much better they taste. And more importantly, how much better they make you feel. 2. Treating egg yolks like the enemy. How many times have you tossed out the yolk thinking it's the bad part? You're definitely not alone in this. Many people, especially those who are mindful of their cholesterol, mistakenly believe the yolk is the enemy. It's an easy misconception to fall into, especially with all the conflicting advice out there. But here's the truth that might surprise you. The yolk is where all the good stuff is hiding. By avoiding it, you're missing out on a wealth of vital nutrients that your body craves. Take my neighbor Florence, for example. She was always the type to only eat egg whites, convinced that the yolk was what would throw off her healthy eating routine. She thought it was the best option for her heart and overall health. But after a chat with her nutritionist, she discovered that egg yolks are not just a source of fat. They're packed with essential vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are crucial for maintaining strong bones, keeping your skin looking youthful, and supporting eye health. These are the kinds of nutrients that can make a big difference, especially as we age. After making the switch to eating whole eggs, Florence noticed a glow to her skin that she hadn't had in years, and her energy levels were through the roof. So here's the key takeaway. Don't be afraid of the yolk. In fact, embrace it. The yolk is a powerhouse of nutrients like vitamin D, which is vital for bone health, and omega-3s, which support your heart and brain. These nutrients are especially important for seniors. So by throwing out the yolk, you're not just missing out on taste, you're also missing out on serious health benefits. If cholesterol is a concern, you don't have to go overboard. You can still enjoy the goodness of the yolk, but maybe limit yourself to a few eggs a week. This way, You get all the nutrient-packed goodness without any worry. 3. Skipping the quality check. You've got your eggs, but have you ever stopped to think about where they come from? Not all eggs are created equal. While most store-bought eggs might seem convenient and affordable, they often come from factory farm chickens that are raised in crowded, unnatural conditions. These chickens are typically fed a diet of low-quality feed, and the eggs they produce might not be as nutrient-dense as you think. Take Carol, for example, a senior I know who was feeling sluggish and tired all the time. Despite eating eggs regularly, she just wasn't feeling the energy boost she expected. After some research and a bit of guidance from her nutritionist, she switched to organic, pasture-raised eggs. So how do you make sure you're getting the best eggs possible? The key is to look for labels that say pasture-raised or organic. These eggs come from chickens that are allowed to roam freely outdoors, eating a natural diet of grass, insects, and seeds. Because these chickens have access to a more natural and varied diet, the eggs they produce are much richer in essential nutrients. These high-quality eggs have more omega-3s, which are great for brain health, and antioxidants that help fight inflammation and keep your body functioning at its best. Plus, they're a great source of vitamins like A, D, E, and K, vital nutrients that support everything from skin elasticity to bone strength and immunity. 4. Overloading eggs with unhealthy additions. Eggs are a nutritional powerhouse on their own, but many people unknowingly load them up with extras like butter, cream, or fatty meats to make them more indulgent. While these additions might seem like a tasty upgrade, they're actually doing the opposite of what you want for your health. Those rich toppings can quickly overshadow all the great benefits eggs provide, leading to excess calories, unhealthy fats, and a meal that's harder for your body to process. Instead of boosting the healthiness of your meal, they can cancel out the nutrients and leave you feeling sluggish. Take Jane, a dear friend of mine. She used to cook her eggs with crispy bacon and a generous dollop of butter every morning, believing it was the perfect way to start the day. At first, it seemed like no big deal. After all, eggs and bacon are a classic combo. But after a few months, Jane began to notice that her clothes were fitting a little tighter, and she wasn't feeling as energized as she used to. She thought it was just a natural part of aging, but when she visited her nutritionist, she learned that the combination of bacon and butter was contributing to extra unhealthy fats and calories. If you're looking to make your eggs even more nourishing, pair them with healthier, nutrient-dense options that complement their natural goodness. Avocado, for example, is a fantastic source of healthy fats that will give you lasting energy without the heavy, processed feeling. Fresh spinach or tomatoes are wonderful additions too, packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber that support heart health, digestion, and even skin vitality. Skip the fatty meats and processed foods like bacon or sausage, which can quickly undo all the benefits of your eggs. And if you need to add a little fat to your eggs, go for heart-healthy choices like a drizzle of olive oil or a small spoonful of coconut oil. These healthy fats will nourish your body and keep you feeling satisfied without overloading your system with unnecessary calories or unhealthy fats. 5. Not using the right pan or tools. Have you ever tried cooking eggs, only to have them stick to the pan or turn out unevenly cooked? It can be so frustrating, right? The pan you use truly makes all the difference in how your eggs turn out. If you're using a cheap, worn-out pan, chances are your eggs won't cook evenly or release from the surface easily. As a result, you end up using more oil or butter to keep them from sticking, which is less than ideal when you're trying to keep your meals healthy. Worst of all, you could be wasting eggs that don't look or taste the way you want them to. I remember when my friend Margaret used to struggle with this all the time. She had an old, scratched up pan that made cooking eggs a daily challenge. The eggs would either stick, burn, or just fall apart, and she found herself using extra oil to keep things from sticking. After hearing about the wonders of nonstick cookware, she decided to give it a try. If you're tired of wrestling with your pan every time you cook eggs, it's time to invest in a quality nonstick skillet. When you have the right pan, your eggs will cook more evenly, and you won't need to rely on excessive amounts of butter or oil. But it's not just about the pan. The utensils you use matter too. Metal spatulas can scratch your nonstick surface, which can ruin its effectiveness over time. Instead, opt for a silicone or wooden spatula. These materials are gentle on the surface and won't damage it, helping your pan last longer and making egg flipping a breeze. 6. Cooking eggs in plastic containers. While it might seem convenient to cook your eggs in plastic containers or microwave-safe plastic bowls, doing so can release harmful chemicals like BPA into your food. These chemicals can disrupt your hormones and affect your overall health. Susan, a 72-year-old, had been microwaving her eggs in a plastic container every morning for years. She didn't notice any immediate effects, but after a routine checkup, her doctor advised her to avoid plastics due to possible hormone imbalances. She switched to glass containers and after a few weeks felt much more balanced and energetic. Use glass, ceramic, or stainless steel containers when cooking or storing your eggs. If you're microwaving, make sure to use microwave-safe glassware or microwave-safe silicone. These materials are non-toxic and won't leach harmful chemicals into your food. 7. Overcooking your eggs to the point of rubber eggs are delicate creatures. Overcook them and they'll turn rubbery, dry, and downright unappealing. More importantly, overcooked eggs lose valuable nutrients like B vitamins, which are vital for brain and muscle health. So why torture your eggs when you can get the best of them with just a little attention? Eleanor, a spry 81-year-old, used to cook her scrambled eggs until they were almost brown, thinking that would give them a crispy texture. But once she switched to lightly scrambling her eggs until just set, she noticed a big difference in both taste and how she felt afterward. Her energy levels shot up, and she had fewer digestive issues. Stop overcooking your eggs. Scramble them until they're just barely set, or fry them so the whites are cooked, but the yolk is still runny. If you prefer hard-boiled, stick to boiling them for just 9 to 12 minutes. It's all about getting the right texture and preserving the nutrients. So there you have it. 7 common egg mistakes that are easy to fix. By following these tips, you'll make your eggs even healthier, tastier, and more nutritious. Start cooking smarter and let those eggs work wonders for your health. You deserve it, so go ahead, crack those eggs and enjoy.